when it is based on home, just overall thoughts on Auburn in general and being able to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they're a really athletic, good defensive team, and we just have to be aware of personnel and some of their key guys, and make sure we hold into the scouting report. But I'm really just excited to have a big time matchup at McHale, see what the crowd and the environment is, going to be like.
How do you guys feel about that? You have a lot of huge neutral site games. You play at UConn. I mean, how much different is it to play, especially a non-conference like this? Does it matter to you?
I think for us it's just playing big games in general. Our opponent playing high level competition. I think with the way that our schedule is structured, I think coach is trying to sort of model March Madness and what that looks like, but also just sort of teaching us how to do our best work away from home. But I think that whenever you can have a big time opponent here in McHale, with that environment, sort of the home crowd behind you, it's moments like that that you don't want to pass up.
Can you talk about the freshmen collectively and just how they impressed you?
They've done a great job. I think each of them has sort of had their own moment here in the beginning of the season, and I think their patience and their diligence should really be commended. Just the manner that they've worked. Their mindset coming into the season, not trying to do too much or too little, but just hanging in there despite the ups and the downs. And we've played some high level competition, and the fact that they've been able to deliver at such a high level. It's just a testament to the work that they've done and their talent.
I'm assuming you've gone against Koa a time or two on practice road.
Yeah.
Your impressions of him, because everybody's talking about it.
I don't think he understands how good he is. He's such a great player, and his potential is through the roof. But even more than just his physical abilities and his skill, I'm really impressed by his mentality and his maturity as a person. Just how level-headed he is, and sort of the mindset that he comes in and day out. He's never too high or too low, but even keel. And I think that paired with his skill, he's destined to play at the next level.
Would you know they're no higher or low? Would you describe the freshman class like that too?
Yeah, for sure. I think Koa has that personality trait, but all the guys do too. I think a guy like Yvonne, he's a guy with who just comes in every single day, same mentality, same approach, same temperament. Braden, Dwayne, Bryce, same way.
So you've been shooting the ball extremely well from the free throw line this year. Just how happy are you with that, and what did it mean for you to hit big free throws at the end of a big game?
It means the world. Just trying to do my best to contribute to wins in any way that I can, and whether it's rebounding, defense, or in the case of the UConn game, free throws. I'll try to deliver the best that I can.
Is that something that you went into the summer wanting to work on a lot? The part aspect of your game?
Oh yeah, just cleaning up the mechanics, just making sure that I'm more consistent. Because obviously, playing down low, having put a lot of pressure on the rim, you're prone to get fouled. So just making sure when those opportunities come through, I can deliver.
How did you end up spending, or how have you been spending this week? And did it allow time for you to work on more time on the individual stuff, or anything else to do, or maybe get some rest?
Yeah, I think it's just been rest and also just working on some individual techniques. Now you have sort of a good, load of games that you can look back on and see where you can improve and see how you can continue to build. Because obviously skill development doesn't necessarily stop. Once the summer ends, you can definitely get better throughout the season. Despite our success, there's still room for improvement. So, just looking for ways that I can get better and contribute to the team.
Was there any along those lines, any particular moment or particular game, say whatever UConn or whatever, where you watched that video and you're like, "Dang, I could do that better," or whatever? A moment or a move or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably more so offensively in terms of moves and just finishing a little bit better around the basket, picking my shots a little bit better. But I think in terms of my perimeter defense, I've gotten much better. Just sort of getting in and out of gaps, reading spacing and stuff like that. Knowing when to help, knowing when not to, especially when I'm playing the forward position. So, yeah.
Tobe, last time we talked to you, you were reading Inner Excellence. What was your top takeaway from that one?
Just sort of your motivation and mindset for why you do what you do, sort of where that's coming from and why, and just having that be, the most authentic as possible. So I think for me, it's just obviously looking for something sort of beyond yourself, greater than yourself. Because if your motivation is to sort of self promote and propel yourself in terms of status and fame and all that kind of stuff, it's superficial. It's not necessarily a great motivator. But if you're sort of looking beyond yourself in terms of God, faith, family, sort of the mark that you leave on everybody that you touch, I think that's much greater fuel for what you're doing.
And what have you counseled the young guys about this time to schedule games, finals, and how they need to approach that?
I mean, really, it's a long season. Non-conference is its own season. Conference is its own season. And then you get into the conference tournament and then into March Madness. So nothing is do or die. If you haven't played to the level that you might think that you should have played at, there's still way more time left. You know what I mean? And just because you've been playing well doesn't necessarily mean that the rest of the season is going to go perfect. You know what I mean? So just every single day grinding, trying to get better, and just keeping that sort of even keel mindset.
So what you were saying about the book, does that have a role in what you were saying earlier about accepting the role that you're playing this year?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I think more so it's been faith based, just relationship with God and all that. But I think reading that book definitely helped put things into perspective, at least more practically. But yeah, I think honestly it's been more faith